Well, welcome to Wells World of Whiskey. And we were working on Bob Dylan's whiskeys. Actually, the last one I did was the High Rye 10-year-old, the Decade series. I'm happy to say I actually got another sample right here of the, and this was thanks to Elle, my buddy Elle, who spent some, well, nearly a month down there, Kentucky and Tennessee area, exploring bourbon, etc., etc. But anyways, what I am going to review is not the bourbon. I'm going to jump away from the bourbon. We'll do that. We're going to do that down the road here. So we'll give Bob Dylan a rest, and we are going to get into a whiskey that it's actually from a company that grew from Master of Malt. It's called the Adams Group, or the Adams Brands, Adam Brands. And I have done reviews, a couple of reviews on their whiskeys. One of them actually was the Aerolite Lyndsay, which is their Islay 10-year-old whiskey. And I've got a couple others there. And of course, I believe I've got the Jura 20-year-old here. And the one that it's kind of interesting because I am a collector, so I don't just go out and start reviewing or opening up a bottle of whiskey that might have some value to me. So I have a whiskey here that I was able to buy a second bottle. And the beautiful thing about this company is they do sell the 500 milliliter bottles, which means they're slightly a bit more affordable than the full bottles. And that really works when you start getting into whiskeys like a 24-year-old Speyside whiskey, which can be very pricey. The last Speyside I purchased was actually a 24-year-old Annick, which was up in $300 range here in Canada, and probably has gone up considerably since then. But this particular whiskey is produced by one of the subsidiary companies of Adam Brands, and that's the Boutique-y Whisky Company, which a lot of you have probably seen now as we start to look at this company evolve. And the interesting thing is there you've got the Boutique-y Whisky Company, you've got the Boutique-y Gin Company. I believe the Boutique-y Rum Company was just formed a couple of years ago. They've got bathtub gin. They have the bathtub gin series. They have quite a few different presentations, and I'm going to do a presentation later, just a short one on this company, because there isn't a lot of history, because it's just short list. It's a very short history on this company, because it originally started as Master Malt back in, I think, 1985, but they were not online. I think they were a mail order distribution. So we're going back in time, old systems. And this fellow Justin Petsav, who was he was actually working as Masters of Physics, theoretical physics and that, and he ended up wanting to get some skills in doing website designs and that. Obviously had some skills, and he got himself involved with Master of Malt, and he completely turned around that company after he designed their website. I think it was back around 2000-ish, and he grew that website to the #1 online retailer in the world. Pretty amazing. But anyways, we'll get into him later on. This here is a 24-year-old whiskey. I did get a second bottle, so I felt now I can actually open this. And the interesting thing is these were all, some of them were mystery whiskeys, and they're kind of a quirky company in that quirky design picture. I'll show you the picture of this whiskey if you haven't seen it. Quirky artwork, little hints of what this company might be. In this case here, there's a bunch of stuff that I've researched, because I've had this for a few years, and there has been some other reviews on this. And one of the little hints as to what whiskey this might be is the company says, we can't tell you we can't come out and tell you the name of the distillery, but you're gonna Glen-Love-It. They tell us it's a Speyside distillery, and you're gonna Glen-Love-It. So very much a big hint Glenlivet. There's a couple other hints that kind of lead us to believe that it is Glenlivet, but they can't come out and say it for sure. But regardless, let's take a look at the picture of the bottle here. Another interesting thing about this company, Adam Brands, is, and of course the Boutique-y Whisky, which is part of Adam Brands. Boutique-y Whisky is, I believe it was launched back in 2012, somewhere around there. But anyways, they sold out to InBev. Actually, ZY Ventures, it's a division of AB InBev, largest brewer in the world. And this last year, 2024, Justin Petzoff bought that company back. So it is now the complete independently owned, and it's him in a group. There was 4 of them that originally got together, founded Master of Malt, and of course his ability to understand the online growth of this company with his fellow co-founders, obviously timing, he's done huge success to be able to turn around and purchase this company back. So anyways, the intrigue. Is this a 24-year-old Glenlivet? So this is, we know this is a Speyside number 4, batch 1, 47.8% alcohol by volume. I think that is their cask strength, and it is bottle 804 of 3589. So it is a small batch, obviously, but there's a lot of little bits of information. You can read it on the other reviews. I'm not going to spend time. Enough people have gotten into this cryptic criteria on the whiskey. The hints I got, the 2 hints I got were from the website, and both of them lean toward Glenlivet. There's nothing else that goes anywhere else. So if it is a Glenlivet, it's a heck of a deal. If it isn't, it's still a heck of a deal for any Speyside, providing we get a good review out of this whiskey, and we're going to find out. So let's get this bottle open, and let's find out what the 24-year-old Boutique-y Whisky Company has presented us. Okay. And as I always tell you when I get to these older whiskeys, I'm a little apprehensive as I start to open them, because I realize that it's no longer a collector. But I do have a second bottle, so and I think this would be nice to share with friends. Oh yes, I like that one. Let's give it a pour. And I usually like to bring this up and let you take a peek at it. So we're going to let this sit for at least a half an hour. It's 24 years old, so it's got to breathe. So we'll see you when we all get back.
Justin Petzoff talks about Master of Malt back in 2005 when he took over the tiny operation. It was just a website and me taking calls in a dining room. Fast track to 2025 and the business has grown to £34 million over the last 3 years. In 2011, Abelforth's Bathtub Gin was started, followed by that Boutique-y Whisky Company in 2012. From that time on, a successful number of brands have been created, which have won numerous awards. In 2018, Justin Petzoff sold the company to the brewery giant AB InBev, only to purchase it back in 2024. With their quirky labels and an endless list of whiskey, gin, rum, and other spirits, they've become the #1 online whiskey retailer in the world.
let's get into this guy here. We're going to give you the nose of this 24-year-old whiskey, which we're not sure what it is, but anyways, you did notice I put on the bottle of Glenlivet next to it there, not saying anything. We might even sample that after we finish our review. So, the nose. Lots of vanilla coming out. There's almost a dusty smell to this too. Bit of leather going on here. Dusty leather. Yeah, that vanilla could be a vanilla. It could be a candle. I'm smelling some cardboardy stuff going on. Yeah, orange and apple. Is that a sangria? Maybe some almond, almost a pastry note. And you know, it's a 24-year-old whiskey, dusty, leathery, bit musky. Let's get into the palate. Solanjba. A little bit of spice right off the bat. You got some nutmeg and some sweet tobacco. I'm liking the balance of this. It's got that wee bit of citrus sour going on, enough sweet there to make it interesting, but not too much. And some really, I'm gonna have trouble identifying some of these spices, but I used it's kind of peppery, bit of nutmeg, maybe slight bit of ginger going on here, a little vanilla ice cream. This is very approachable. Certainly not a hard one to palate. For a cask strength, boy, it's quite remarkable. This could be a 43, but there's a bit of dryness to it, and it does leave a bit of a coating. There's some oiliness too that I'm getting, so there is some body to this. But I'm going to move right on to the development and the finish. Solanjba. Those spices are, there's some cloves going on. Nutmeg, cloves, and I'm staying with the cinnamon and the ginger. We've got definitely some of the wood that's coming through here. I'm going to stay with that oiliness. That there's some viscous notes to it there. I'm not detecting the any of the peat that I read in one of the reviews there. So the nice body. It's going to be definitely a medium to long finish. But there was some when I brought it up. I didn't get that earlier. The floral's really coming through now. Floral notes and all that. So we do have that kind of going. I would say it's going on the palate as more orange rinds and again a little bit of strawberry. Tobacco note still there, and chocolate is on board now. So again, I don't think there's any sherry influence here, but I am getting some chocolate. More of a it's somewhere between a dark and a milk chocolate there. But it has it still has that leathery muskiness about it. So, but definitely well balanced, very well balanced whiskey, and the aging process on this here it's gone the right direction. It definitely I'm getting certainly. I think I'm getting the distillery character, but obviously 24 years you're getting cask influence, but I think it's well balanced out. So anyways, I think we're going to add a little bit of water to this, and let's see where we go with some water. Let's give it a few drops here. Okay, let's give it the swirl. And I'm getting nose from here. So the water is obviously opening it up quite a bit. And it's pretty much a floral thing going on right now, isn't it? Oh boy, yeah. It really is opening it up. Floral, definitely lots of Bouchard flower garden going on here. And fruits, tropical fruits, pineapple. Maybe some stewed banana in the background there. Kiwi. And yeah, a little bit of spice still going on there. But a beautiful nose on this, really. Let's get right into the palate with water. It's got that age, that oxidized 24 years in oak taste. A lot of fruit going on here with getting some truffle notes now. Truffle and nuts, almonds, maybe even some pecans. Roasted, yeah, definitely sweet, rich, roasted. Some buttery stuff going on. We talked about the body of this. Oily, it's almost buttery. French pastry. Biscuity. It has just a richness to it. And it is just so well balanced. You know, the water didn't hurt it. No, it just brought out a few more layers. Pineapple. Oh, and the strawberries are still there. You know, pears, peaches. But with that spice, you know, and you do get the age. You know, it introduces itself as a mature whiskey. Very well balanced. So what do I think of this whiskey? Well, I'm going to say I'm impressed. My palate, my nose. How about value for what I've spent on it? I did not spend that much on this whiskey. I picked up the first bottle, it was well under $200. Second bottle was right around the $200 range. It was on sale. And there are sales that you're going to see on this whiskey. I believe down in Victoria that one of the downtown liquor stores has a fairly good stock of this. I'm going to say it's between $250 and $270, somewhere in that range there. I know they have sales, frequent sales. But at 500 milliliter, it's still, I think, a very good value for your money. Looking at an Annick that I purchased at 24 years old, it was up around 300, and it's certainly gone up from that, if you could get it. The Glenkeith that I was looking at, around 25 years, I have the 21 here. It had a good price on it, one of the better prices, but still, it's up there well above what this is. So I think for what I got, obviously incredibly good value. In the $250 range, you know, really, what else is there in a 24 that you can get? Is it a Glenlivet? You know, all the hints they gave us, it points toward Glenlivet, and it could be. It certainly has similarities. No, there's no point in comparing the two. This is a 47.8. This is a 40%. I don't think it's a fair comparison. I've drank enough Glenlivets that I say it's close. But I can't confirm anything, so I'll leave it up to you to figure that one out. Really, excellent whiskey, 89, 90 points is where I'm going to put it. And on that note, I'm going to ask you to drink wisely, drink intelligently, and do not drink and drive. And until the next time, Salangela.